Your goodness is running out. It's running out. And all my life you have been faithful. Yes. And all my life you have been so good. With a grateful heart, with a song of praise, with an outstretched arm, say, I bless your name. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Sweet miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, there is who you are. You are here, you are here, touching every heart.
We'll take a look at Luke chapter 18, reading from verses 1 to 8. One day, Jesus told his disciples a story to show that they should always pray and never give up. There was a judge in a certain city, he said, who neither feared God nor cared about people. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly saying, "Give me justice in this dispute with my enemy." The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, "I don't fear God and care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests." Then the Lord said, "Learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think God will surely give justice to these chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will grant justice to them quickly. But when the Son of Man returns, how many will he find on earth who have faith?" Prayer is not like a raincoat for a rainy day. It is like a body lotion that should be applied every day. You cannot move a car with a flat battery. Without prayer, one becomes like that car. There is a need to be constantly recharged, and prayer does exactly that. Prayer is like the sun on a snowy morning. It warms our dull hearts to be happy in God and find rest in his love for us. Prayer is like bringing an empty pail to the ocean. Through prayer, God fills up our empty hearts so we can pour ourselves out in service to others. Prayer is an important aspect of our Christian life. Jesus said this. There were so many lessons that Jesus taught to his disciples. The weakness and ineffectiveness of a Christian life can be traced to our prayer life. Spending with God in prayer is life. It is like air that we breathe, that without prayer, we will surely die. Our relationship with the Lord will not be vibrant. So there are 3 lessons. The first thing, Jesus teaches his disciples to pray. As I've said, Jesus shared so many lessons in his earthly ministry. And one of the lessons that he highlighted is the lesson on prayer. There is an emphasis on the necessity of prayer, and that prayer must never be neglected. That prayer should be part of our life. That prayer should be intertwined with our life. That without prayer, we cannot move further, we cannot move forward. Jesus himself shows us how a prayer-filled life is. How does it look like? Jesus showed to us that he himself is indeed in need of prayer. And so he is inviting the disciples to be committed to the kingdom, and one of the ways where one can be committed and one can remain committed to the kingdom is through prayer. There are so many prayers in the Old and New Testament. These people are ordinary people. These people have their weaknesses. These people have their strengths. But they never neglected the prayer. They continued to believe in the power of prayer. Let us all become committed to our prayer life. The second thing, Jesus teaches his disciples to pray always. There are 2 phrases that I'd like us to highlight and underline. In verse 3, repeatedly saying. And in verse 5, constant request. Jesus is teaching to never stop praying, to pray all the time, to make their pleadings known, to pray repeatedly, pray their situation. pray what is happening to them, and make their constant requests known to Him. The third thing, Jesus teaches His disciples not to lose heart and never give up in praying. The parable shows two futuristic events. The first one is the coming days where Jesus is going to leave His disciples. It points out to the ascension of Christ. And in this parable also, it gives us an understanding of the second coming of Christ. And the first futuristic event here, Jesus knows that He will be crucified. Jesus also knows that He will come back again. And in the middle, between the ascension of Christ and the coming back of Christ, is a time where the disciples will be challenged. When life is tough, they should pray. When life is difficult, they should pray. When they cannot bear it anymore, they should pray. What is this prayer that dampens you down? What is this prayer that you said the Lord is not answering? What is this prayer that you said the Lord will not respond? What is this prayer that you said, the Lord, I've been praying this many times? In our prayer life, no one must surrender. In our circumstances, no one must surrender. In our mission to win more souls for Christ, no one should say, Lord, I give up. All we've got to do at difficult times, we've got to pray more, pray more, pray more, and pray even more. Because our Father in heaven, the Lord, is just, and He knows in His opportune time, He knows when to answer our prayer.
That is who you are. Oh Jesus, waymakers, miracle workers, promise keepers, light in the darkness, my God, there is who you are. Hey, waymaker, miracles worker, promise